Hello everyone, thanks for taking the time to have a look at the channel. This is the first video I'm putting together at the moment, and I just want to show you a little bit about the police cars that we're using in this server. So the server that we're on now is ARP, which is Aspirant Gaming. It's a roleplay only server in it, and everyone is encouraged to create as realistic roleplay as possible. So it's good fun for everyone. It's not like regular online GTA where you just go around shooting everyone constantly. So there's a bit of context to it, which is good. So annoyingly, the sun's setting now, but we've got these beautiful police lights on, and we've got every single police car that's available at my character level at the moment. There's a couple of other vehicles that are for traffic enforcement units that I'm not trained on at the moment, and then there's all the emergency vehicles for fire and for EMS, which again at the moment I'm not trained at the moment. So just keeping this very briefly for now. These are the vehicles we have at the moment. So I use my torch in case I need to. So we have my favourite, the Crown Victoria. We have both the slick top version, and we also have the version with the lights on the top. Now both of these versions we can change the bull bars on the front, or the push bars I believe they're called. So we can either have them on or off. I quite like them on, I think they have that authentic look to them. As you can see, we've got custom liveries, or liveries, depending on where you're from, on each car, which are purely for our server only. So yeah, those are the first two ones in there. So obviously you can see on this one back here, we've got like a proper cage in the back with vents on the windows. One of these models is, I believe it's this one here, is a higher quality model than this one here. I can't remember which one it is now. So, but I do like the Crown Vics. They just have that nice American police car look to them. So then, moving on a bit further, we have a couple of Dodge Chargers here. So these two in front of me here, again, we have one that's a slick top with no push bar on the front of it at all. And then we have another one here which does have a push bar. Now these are the 2014 models, I believe. And then next to it we have the 2017 model, which we'll get to that in a moment. So again, you can see on here we've got a cage in the back of this. We've got all the computers on the dashboards on all of these cars as well, which makes it really good. So on this one here we do have a cage in the back, but not across the windows on this one, so it's a little less secure, but still very nice. They sound lovely, the Chargers as well. So then, like I say, moving on to the 2017 Charger. Got the cage in the back again, and got a nice little facelift on the front here. We can drop this to, I believe we can have this one as a slick top as well. I can't remember off the top of my head now. And then we can turn on and off individual lights as well on these cars. So we can have it with just the top lights on and a couple of lights on the bumper, and we can add in additional ones where we need to. If I remember rightly, looking back here, yeah, if you see down on the fog lights on the bottom, you can turn those on and off. So you can just completely remove them from the car. So you can have quite a few variances of police cars in this game, which is fantastic. So moving on, we've got a Caprice, which I drive sometimes. I'm not as fond of this, but I do quite like it. It's quite nice to drive. Again, we've got the cage in the back on this stick top version. We do have one with lights on it as well. And then the final car, which I think I've got to say I've only driven once or twice, is the Taurus. Yeah, the good old Ford Taurus. It's quite a bit bigger than all the other cars, even the Charger. It's quite a big car. I don't know, there's something about it that I'm not keen on the look of it, so I don't really drive it that often. But we'll just have a little walk around the back here, so you can see the back of all these cars as well. So all the trunks open on all these. So if we just go up to this, for example, and just put in a little bit of trunk. So some of the cars we have additional supplies in the back of the car, which is good. I don't know if we've got this in every single one of them. Let's have a little look. Oh, always got to be facing the car. Yes, you see some cars haven't got it on there, and others have. And you'll notice that my frame rate's dropping a little bit as I'm moving around, because these cars are quite detailed, and generally we don't have this many players in one area at a time, because it slows the game down a little bit in the servers. So yeah, let's close these trunks again, because then you can see the difference between the 2014 and 2017 vehicle. I have to excuse you if I'm a little clogged up. I've got a little bit of a cold going on at the moment, but just getting over that. So yes, the 2017 model directly in front of me is a lot nicer. I think a lot more modern. Yeah, I like it though. But I do like driving both of these. So obviously back to the slick top one again. You can see I've got the lights going on the back of this, whereas on this one here, I've just set the lights to the roof. So you can see a variance on that. You can ditch the roof lights and then put the rear window ones on and the tail lights on instead. So this one's a bit easier to sneak up on people, because from a distance you don't notice straight away it's a police car. Sometimes the light bars give it away. Oh, the ground's moving up there. Same again with the Crown Vics. So as you can see, I put the light bar on the back window on this one over here, and then just kept the light bar on top. So you can also, as well, you see on the back of here, you've got the radars that are on the back. You can turn these on and off on a lot of cars. I've kept it on this one. The rest of them, I just left it as I spawned them in. But you can turn them on and off. I generally left them off just to try and keep the graphics under a little bit of control, which is good. So moving over to this side, we have, and you'll forgive me because we don't actually get these in the UK where I'm from. Now I believe this is a 2014, this one here, and then this is a 2017 Ford Explorer. I believe that's the correct way around. And again, you can see we've got different light setups on these. These are different models, obviously, entirely. So the lights are a lot brighter on the newer version behind it. And again, they're fully equipped inside. I'll tell you what, I'm going to hop in this one actually, and then typical. The one car I get in doesn't have a computer on the dash. So let's open the trunk on this instead. So we've got extra stuff in the trunk, which is all good. Actually, I will get back in here very quickly, and I'll show you the difference in this interior. So this is the interior that we've got. Oh, we do have a computer in here. So this is the interior we've got on the 2014 model, which is all good. So I've got a cage in the back. We've got a AR and a shotgun mounted on the cage. Oh yeah, you can see the computer just because it was black. So whereas if we get in this version we've got here, I'll go through the sirens in a minute as well. So we're going to first person. So obviously in this vehicle we don't have a cage in here. Just got a white computer. The dashboard's a little bit different how it's set out. So there's no sat nav in this one. But right, let's just hop out. So next up we have the Durango, which I really like. This sounds so good. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's not the slowest either. Been in a couple of pursuits with this and struggled to keep up the sports cars, but it's pretty nice to drive. Sounds very similar to the Dodge Charger. Oh, again, the trunk is loaded out with stuff for when we need it. We've got these cool little lights on the side windows, which are all good. Let's hop in and have a look what the interior is like in here. So yeah, we've got a nice interior in here. Nice little air freshener or token, whatever that is, hanging down from the rearview mirror, and we've got some handcuffs over there, which is quite interesting. So again, cage in the back, shotgun, AR. It's quite standard across all these vehicles. Right, next up is things start to get a little bit different. These, let's just close that. So this Silverado that we've got two versions of the Silverado. They're both the same year, and off the top of my head, I can't remember which year they are. But we do have one that's got the box on the back, and one that doesn't. And what we can do with these is obviously we have support equipment in here, which are good for any traffic stops or sorry, not traffic stops, any MVA accidents or anything like that, for any traffic cones to put out on the road or anything like that. These are quite a good accessory, it just increases the RP slightly. You don't have to use all this, but it increases it, which is nice. It's got nice lights running down the on side steps on there, which are always good as well. And then this version here, which has the hard cab, this has a complete rolling deck that comes out the back, which is all good. So, and you go through and you change the options to close the trunk up as well if you want. I'll show you on this one. So yeah, I believe you can just push it in from there. Let's just try that very quickly. Yeah, so it wants to return back to there. So if I just hop in quickly. Now, if I must get this in the right order. Let's move that camera back. So there we go, and you go through the options to change the box lids so they're open or closed. So obviously if you turn up at a motor vehicle accident, you can just drop the trunk and drop the tray out, which is all good. It's cool, just adds a nice little extra into the game. So same with this as well, you do this in the same way, and then use another option for dropping the glass down. I think some people leave the glass off the rear completely, I think on there. So then the very last vehicle we've got, again this is kind of the same as the Taurus over there, in the fact that I think I've driven this once, maybe. I don't know, to me it looks like a nice big box, and I'm just not that keen on this one. But hey, that's me, each to their own on it. So we've got nice equipment in the trunk again. Yeah, it's a big car, which is good. Got all the lights on it, same options again. I think we can have this as a slip top. We've got plenty of lights all over these. It's quite nice that the just wait for the FPS to catch up. Yeah, it's quite nice that we're actually getting into the evening now as well, because now you're getting to see how amazing these lights look. In the survey here, we've got a I don't know who put it together, but there's a visuals pack which increases the lights, how they reflect on the buildings, which is probably what's slowing down my FPS a little bit as well. But yeah, it makes the visuals just takes them up that extra little notch, which is always very good. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get in the Dodge Charger because I like that. So the only downside with this model is the rear lights kind of flash white rather than red and blue. As such, they're a very light colour. So obviously we have the sirens we can switch on. So see, this is how the base model looks just with the lights. We switch the sirens on. Switch the lights on. Now we can either just do a quick, just to get someone to pull over if we want, or we can just activate them fully. So they'll go through their siren, and then we can change that so as we are in a vehicle pursuit or attending a scene and we get to junctions, we can just scroll through those. And then obviously we can do the horn as well. And then when you turn the lights off, if the sirens are going, then it turns the siren off at the same time. So let's park this back up in here and finish this off properly. So I love the sound of this car. It sounds amazing. Right, we're going to finish off. We're going to just drive off in a nice Crown Vic. The thing I like with the Crown Vic as well is this particular car, unlike some cars in GTA, when you pull off the line, they wheel spin all the time, and it's almost impossible to stop them wheel spinning. Whereas the Crown Vic, you can pull off quite nice and slowly, which is good when you're creeping around trying to catch up to people and just trying to spy on someone or something like that. Just adds a little extra to it. As I say, some of the other ones, they just easy do a burnout. But I do like this car. Right, so I think we'll leave it there for now. If I thank you all for taking the time to have a little listen and having a look at the cars here. Obviously, I'm going to be putting up loads of videos. Oh, wait for the FPS to come back. Loads of videos of the actual in-game footage of some of the RP scenarios. And what I'll try and do is I'll even try using the cars that I don't normally use to just mix it up a little bit. But if you've got any questions about any of the other cars, or you want a particular video just on the one car of all the options we've got on it, then that's something I can put together. That's no problem at all. So if you want a video on the Charger, for example, I can show you every option we got with changing the setup of the car. We can change the wheels over, obviously, as long as they still look like a police vehicle. But yeah, thank you for watching. Now, if you've enjoyed this so far, and you've seen in the other videos, hit that like button. Share it with all your friends if you want to as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.